Burgess fireworks helped Warwickshire into a commanding lead. Warwickshire had their bowlers to thank for a good start against Essex, who were all out for 168 on day one. There had been time for the Bears to get their innings started, but not without peril. Davis and Yates both out early. Sibley and Hayne, though, remained in the middle and would resume with the score 76 for 2, but the day would get off to a difficult start for the hosts. Sibley out with no change to the score, caught behind for 33 off the bowling of Snater. Rhodes added 10 to the total before he too had to go, another for Snater, well held by Harmer. After a frenetic opening passage of play subsided, Warwickshire found their feet again and ticked the score on past 100 runs. They were within 50 runs of parity when Essex had another, Hayne nicking Sticchetti through to Wheater to depart for 29. Burgess and Lamb, though, held firm through to lunch, heading into the break at 148 for 5, now just 20 behind their visitors. Lamb had been frustrating Essex's bowlers and continued to do so after the break. A calm single off Sticchetti took him to a 50, scored off 86 balls, moments after the hosts had overcome the Essex first innings total. 2 balls later, Burgess went the other way for the single that took the 6th wicket duo to 50 runs together. He was on hand to bring the 200 up too, albeit with some fortune, the edge just out of reach of Cook at first slip. There was another moment for Warwickshire to enjoy. Burgess turned Critchley into the leg side for a single and reached 50 in the process, and that took the value of the 6th wicket stand to 100 runs. Lamb's innings was finally brought to an end by Sam Cook, who nipped one through his defences to bowl him for 71. Cook then had another, Briggs nicking a catch through to a diving Sir Alistair Cook in the slips. But Brooks held on with Burgess through to tea, the score 261 for 7, and the lead now 93. He'd be Sticketti's third victim, Brooks out caught by Cook for 7 after tea. Norwell wasn't in for long, he couldn't weave out of the way of a nasty short ball from Sticchetti and had to retire on 4. Burgess was proving to be the key wicket and filled his boots off one particularly expensive Sticchetti over and earned himself the reward of 100 in the process, the boundary that took him to the mark, beautifully stroked to the offside ropes. 300 on the board for his side too with the shot. Oliver Hannon-Dalby went 32 balls without scoring. He was pinned in front for a duck by Harmer. Craig Miles replaced Liam Norwell, who would play no further part in the match after his earlier blow to the head. Down to their last wicket, Burgess freed his arms and unleashed. Boundaries rained down across Edgbaston, both over and into the fences. It was electric hitting, and with a third 6, this one off Critchley, he'd rapidly moved to 150, taking just 58 balls to get there after reaching 3 figures. His side were closing in on 400 as the day ran out of time, their lead now over 200. Burgess was trying something unorthodox when Sticchetti bowled in for 170. Warwickshire all out for 385, their lead 217. Mick Brown and Sir Alistair Cook had the unenviable task of surviving a few overs late in the day, but Warwickshire had their tails up, and Oliver Hannon-Dalby found the outside edge of Brown. Hayne took a simple catch, the perfect way to end the day for the hosts. Michael Burgess was the standout performer for the Bears in the end, with a quite superb 170 following the platform Lamb had laid out with his 71. It was a tough day for Essex in the field, Sticchetti with the largest share of the wickets, finishing with figures of 4 for 130. At the halfway stage in the match, Essex are in a sticky position, trailing Warwickshire by 217 runs with 9 wickets left in their second innings. They'll have to produce something special when they return to the middle on day 3.